Hey folks, Nas here, back in Aska again. Alrighty, so in the last episode we had built the Eye of Odin. We had built a second shelter for our villager that we brought in to stay in, to sleep in. We adjusted their schedule. Now we need to start working on building some production buildings. That way that person that we brought in, because they have, let me show you, they have a proficiency in stone breaking. So I want to use them as a stone cutter. But we also need to start bringing in more villagers as well. But they need housing and workstations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into our building menu, which is B. I'm going to go down here to basic productions. And then we want to build these three buildings right here because it advances, building these three buildings advances us to build other buildings. So you got to constantly put up new buildings to unlock newer buildings. So we're going to do the stone cutter. And I'm going to try and figure out where to put that. Now the arrow on this is indicating the entrance or the door. Let's see. I can put that right there. Then let's go ahead and place the woodcutter's hut. Is that where I want that? That is not where I want that. On either one, actually. So let me dismantle that. Excuse me. Then I want to dismantle this one. And then I think I want to level the ground a little farther out. So let me go into B. Let me go into level. I don't know what's going on in my throat again this morning. We're going to spin this around. Oh, I'm doing some kind of jig. It doesn't like that. All right, so we can come out here just a little bit and bring that up to about right there. That should be fine. Click it twice to place and then confirm. And then of course she's sleeping, so she's not going to be much help. So let me go through and level this ground. Alrighty, there we go. Got that ground level a little bit. Now I can place those items again. Go back into basic production. We're going to do the stone cutter. And place the stone cutter back over here. I don't know if I can fit them all in there or not. What is that? Dang it. Something in my way. What is that? Oh, berries. Okay, well, I'll pick those real quick. Just to get them out of the way. All right, let's start with the stonecutter's pit over here then. And the level that your cursor is on is going to be the level it levels the ground to. So I can place that there. And then I can do, let's do the gatherer's hut next, because it's kind of the same size. Is that going to be where I want to place it? No, it's too far forward. Okay. I wish there were some indicators on how big the square is. So let's go in, let's dismantle that. Build it again. So we're going to have to set it back a little bit. Is that better? Oh yeah, that's almost right on line there. Perfect. Then let's go ahead and place the woodcutter's hut as well. Now the woodcutter's hut is a little different. Let me see. How about that? Oh, damn, that was really freaking close. Okay, so that's good. Now, I'm not too terribly worried about these shelters being in front of this because these are going to stay longer than these two. Eventually, we're going to build a cottage that's going to hold multiple villagers, so we don't have to keep building individual shelters for the villagers. Now, when she wakes up, she'll start working on these, and what we need to do is start chopping down some more trees and providing stone for her. Now, ooh, I just saw that. We need to build this up. Can I place a water well on that? Because I don't want to lose that water well, even though it's going to be a little lower than the building. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be good. And we can walk up and down this hill. We don't seem to trip on it, so that's okay. Good. Now, I did pick up some blueberries, so we kind of need to go fishing because food. So let's do this. If we go to B and we go to tools, you can see the flimsy fishing rod right there. If you haven't built one, you're going to need to build one. And then with blueberries, you can make blueberry bait. And we can craft some blueberry bait. Now with one blueberry, it looks like we got 4 bait. Let's double check that. Yes, we got 4 bait right there. Now, let's see about going down here and going and doing a little bit of fishing. But there looks to be a fishing spot out by the wreckage. You see the fish jumping around out there. Is he still following me? He is. Damn it. Alright, fine. Come on. Let's get this over with. There we go. Pick up all of his goodies he dropped. Get our fishing pole out. Actually, it looks like this one's closer into shore, so let's go over here. Now you can see on the bottom left of the screen, I've got my fishing pole equipped and it already has the fishing bait right above it. Is this 2 areas? Okay, so let's see if we can do this. We're going to cast that out. And then you're going to watch the tip of your pole. Once it starts bobbing around, you got to try and click and pull it in. Let's get a little different view here. It's not always the best. I don't know if I'm too close or what, but let's try and move a little bit. There we go. You just gotta watch it. There's a few, the end of the pole will twitch a little bit, and then there's gonna be one time to where it pulls really hard. And that's what you want to watch for. And then I typically right click. Now that we've caught a fish here, we can mark that spot. Alright, so we've got fishing out of the way. What we can do is go into our inventory. Where to go? There's our fish right there. We can drop the salmon directly on the ground. And then you can harvest it. We're going to hold R. You're going to have to make sure that you've got at least a stone knife on you so you can harvest. There we go. And then it like explodes. Now we've got the raw fish meat. We're going to pick up the raw fish meat. There's 3 of those. Now the blubber, we can take it back to town, but really can't do much with it right now. So we're going to take this back up to town and cook up some fish. Alright, so she's already got the fire going, and we don't have any firewood. Great. Okay, let me grab some firewood. Oh, we got a blood moon. I can't grab anything right now. Alrighty. Now, there's an indicator at the top of the screen. It tells you which direction the, I guess, zombies are coming from. And I believe these first ones, there's only going to be like 3 of them. I'm going to get my axe out. I think that's going to be a little bit better tool. Allie was spooked by a white. Where's Allie? Why is she out there? Yeah, I'm very hungry. Okay, she got spooked. So here they are out here. Hi, Mr. White. Once you get the yellow bar down, they're stunned for a short time. No, that's not all of them. There's some down here. Oh, great. There's 2 of them down there. Hi, guys. How are we doing? You can see there's an AoE, so I hit both of them. That guy's down. And, whoops. He is so low. No, not the frickin' tree. Okay. There we go. Blood Moon Fates, so there's not going to be any more. The first one is usually very easy like this. As long as you have a weapon and you're not trying to punch them with your fist, it usually does pretty good. Now, you can see at my health bar at the very bottom of the screen, I've lost about 1/3 of my health. In order to get that back, I have to go sleep in my bed. But before I do, I'm going to harvest up these guys because they're going to give me bone fragments, which I can make a weapon instead of using my tools. Go ahead and harvest the second guy. Now, do a scan, and you're going to see these bone fragments laying on the ground. We're going to hold T and hopefully pick them all up. Yeah, we'll get 8 bone fragments from that guy. Now, where was the other one? We had a 3rd guy. He's right here. Let's go harvest him real quick. And then bone fragments, where are they at? Right there. Alrighty. Now, I have to get some firewood. So I got to chop down one of these trees and then chop up a stump so I can cook this fish. There we go. That one gave me 2 firewood. Okay. Let's go back up here. Let's load up the fire. We can add fuel. We can at least add 3. She probably has an issue. Oh, there's 4. Oh, you're going to turn that on. I want to target the barbecue because I want to cook. And then I'm going to right-click these 3 fish, and they're going to go straight into the barbecue. Now, you can see there's a cooking progression bar at the bottom of the food. You do want to get this stuff off when it's done. Otherwise, it'll burn. Now, when you're pulling it off, you want to right-click. If you left-click, you're going to eat it. So I'm going to right-click on each of those to pull it off. Now, because I am hungry and thirsty, I'm going to drink. Twice, because I was super thirsty. Now, you don't always have to worry about your villager, because they will drink on their own, and they can find berries and stuff to eat. So if you are super hungry like myself, I'm going to eat at least 2. That's going to get me pretty good. Now that 3rd one, I can go in behind the fire. There's a little storage, and you can see in the tooltip it says deposit. So I'm going to deposit that 1, and then if she's hungry, she'll come and eat that. Now why? What is... Oh, she's resting? Look in her inventory real quick. Her hoe is broken. Okay. So I'm going to give her my hoe. Because she can't level the rest of that that ground. Oops, she picked up that food. Good deal. And then I can make myself a new hoe. I just need a few more sticks. But I need to start gathering more Jotun stone so I can bring in another villager. And I think I need 3 more stone. Cannot harvest these big ones just yet because I don't have the right tool. You gotta have the next tool to harvest those. And I gotta say, going out at night makes it very easy to see those things. Here's a small one right here. Most of these small ones only give you 1 of the blood shards. Oh, that we lucked up. This one gave us 2. That produced a large stone. So I'm going to take this large stone back to the village. At least get near the village so I can drop it. That way, if there's a building that needs this large stone, it's not outside the radius of them to go get the materials out here. See, she's still going and gathering materials from those trees I fell. Let's drop that. And then I'm going to put a water well on top of this source as well. Boom. That way she can build that. Let's see. How many stones did I need? I think I needed 3. Yeah, I needed 3. Let's go ahead and put those 2 in there. And then I think there's another single stone right down here. Alrighty, pick up the bloodstone, pick up all the other little stones, and carry the large stone back to town here. And she is taking a break, which probably means that she has an exclamation point above her head, so she has an issue. Could not find any long stick, or rope. Okay, so she needs more materials, but I'm not too worried about that because she's literally going to be going to bed here in like, what, 5 minutes? So that'll give me time while she's sleeping. I can go out and chop some more wood and I can produce some more rope and stuff for her to continue building. What is her schedule? It's 8:14. What's her schedule? Oh, till 9 o'clock. Okay. So at 9 o'clock, she'll be done. She'll have a leisure time and she'll go to bed. Alrighty. Well, there we go. We've got the villager going. We had a blood moon. So the blood moon typically happens somewhere around day 3 or 4. But on day 3, we had the smoker. I don't want to necessarily say attack, but maybe visitation because they're not aggressive. But anyway, if you guys are enjoying the series, definitely click that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you folks in the next one. You take care and happy hunting.